Today's program is sponsored by The Anthony Vincent Salon. Say hello to beautiful.
Fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
Right here and right now. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. Oh boy, do we ever have a wild show today.
It is wild,
Yes, it is. Elise, have you ever heard of clitoral atrophy?
Huh?
Clitoral atrophy.
Why would I ever hear of something so awful?
Well, it's a real thing.
Are you kidding me?
That's right.
Atrophy?
Atrophy.
And clitoral in the same sentence?
When it comes to your clitoris, you need to use it or lose it. Seriously, and we're going to be talking about that later on in the show.
Oh my gosh.
And did you know?
Oh my gosh.
Did you know that chubbier men do a little better with women than the fit ones do?
Really?
Yes, they do.
I did not know that.
That's right. A new study says that fatter men have more sexual partners than thinner men.
Then why are you trying to lose weight?
You know I'm a one-woman man, and I can't handle the one.
Oh, you're just so cute. You just kill me. You do.
Well, and you know, because a couple of weeks ago we had a story about how more handsome men get more women than uglier ones.
We were talking about how the handsome men don't make good husbands.
That's right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
See, we're paying attention.
Of course, I always do.
I didn't think you ever listened to what I had to say.
I am on the show with you. It's my show, too. I pay attention.
You let me remember that every day. I never forget.
Well, because you always say it's your show.
Just in front of you.
Oh, that's so funny.
Just in front of you.
That's so funny. All right, so tell me, what's up with the chubby men?
Okay, so, you know, if you think that the sexy model men are the ones that get more women than anyone else, think again. There's a new study that says men with that dad bod.
Oh, the dad bod.
The dad bod.
Okay.
They actually have more lifetime success with women than the hard-bodied guys.
I have to say, I believe that it's probably very similar to, you know, the really, 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 really beautiful girl and the not so, you know, I mean, the one that's average.
The one that's more appreciative.
I wouldn't necessarily say appreciative.
Well, I
would.
But
I'm sure you would. Frumpy girls are not more, well, whatever.
No, I didn't say frumpy.
I know. Unattractive girls are more appreciative. What is it that you actually say? The what? You call them something. The homely girls are more appreciative. That's what you say. But anyway, I would imagine that this chubbier man thing is probably similar to that because they're more approachable.
Oh, much. Yes.
They're more approachable.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, who wants to go up to a hard body guy if you're not a hard body girl?
You're absolutely right.
I know.
And as
Thank you.
As it turns out, women are not looking for Mr. Hard Body Trainer Dude. They're looking for a comfortable, tallish man who's not too fat, not too thin.
You know, it's interesting that you should say that because you want to be with somebody that isn't going to be obsessive about what they look like.
That's right.
And that goes, you know, for both sexes,
You'll
I
have
would
to
think.
fight him for the mirror.
Well, yeah. Who the hell wants that?
All you got to do is buy another mirror.
Well, why would you want your guy staring at the mirror?
Yeah, you know, that is a little bit of a turn
awful.
off. Yeah, that's a turn off.
Yeah, I mean,
I see that at the gym. The guys walk by, they look at themselves and they flex a little bit.
and you know,
it's
kind of gross.
Yeah. But
you know, it's also gross to even be so consumed with yourself, male or female, that you'd have to, you know, continuously be in the mirror.
That's right.
You know, we've always said that. We remember there was a girl who used to come into the salon and she would just sit there and she would just look at herself in the mirror. That's all she would do. And we were like, what is she doing in the mirror? You know, like how could she possibly look at herself for so long? for such a long period of time.
Didn't we have a girl who worked for us?
That's what I was actually talking about.
Oh, so you weren't talking about the customer.
No, I
You're
never
talking
would.
About
I was talking about the one that worked for you.
Yeah,
yes.
she'd be doing someone's hair
And
then
staring
she'd
at
stop to look
herself.
at herself
Yeah,
and fix her
and
hair in the middle of a snip.
And basically, looking at her lips and, making her, doing the cheekbone thing. And, it was awful. Awful. The poor client,
Well, getting back to the chubby guys.
Okay, we're back on chubby guys.
Okay. This study comes from Chapman University, and the study was published in the Journal of Evolutionary Psychology. And it looked like any other study when it comes to height. And taller men tend to have more sexual partners than shorter men.
Okay.
And men who are relatively tall may be preferred by women because taller height is a cue to dominance, social status, and access to resources.
And protection.
And that's right. And this leads them to have more mating opportunities and sex partners.
Who would have thunk? I mean,
Us, right here at Trend
no,
Radio.
I agree with this. That is really actually very, very clear.
Right. And, the surprising part, though, is that men who are considered overweight, not obese, overweight, they tend to have more lifetime sex partners.
Well, it's like, you always say, you don't want a bone to chew on. You know what I mean?
only a dog likes
only
a
a
bone.
dog likes a bone. Exactly. So why would, men don't want skinny women or women that are so very fit that they look untouchable. Why would a woman want a man that way?
That's right. That means that somewhere along the line, women really did decide that they like somebody with with a little meat on their bones.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, who wants a bone?
Well,
Or something too hard to touch. You want to be able to cuddle with somebody and lean your head in and not feel a bulging muscle. I mean, depends on the muscle, but I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Right?
well, I'm actually opposed to the whole dad bod thing. I work very hard to maintain my fitness and my physique.
Right, but you don't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was Mr. America.
No.
That's gross.
You're right. And, and maybe women want men who are a little overweight because it helps them feel better about their bodies.
I would think that could possibly be that, but at the same time, you don't need to constantly be on stage.
That's right.
You want to just be relaxed. And that means being relaxed with who you are. And the truth is that I don't think the connection is always, I don't think it's more important to have the best body as it is to have a good connection with somebody.
You're right. Maybe, they're a little more confident and relaxed if the body is not so hard. And because...
Hard. The way he says hard.
Well, I think that, the women don't have the pressure to also be fit.
It's important to be healthy, and we've always said that, exercise, good food, good eating habits, sleeping, drinking your water. Those are very important factors. The thing is that it doesn't have to lead to all of those muscles and all that crazy working out. And you want to have some fitness in your life.
Yes,
and
you
keep
do,
your heart
because
going.
it's healthy.
Because it's healthy, not because you want to, be Miss or Mr. America.
That's right. So,
unless, of course, you want to be Miss or Mr. America, and that's great.
That's okay.
That's a great goal if that's what you want to do. Right?
That's right. So, in other words, eat healthy, drink plenty of fluids.
Absolutely.
Get your rest. Exercise 3 or 4 times a week.
Laugh.
That's right.
Always laugh.
Laugh and love.
Absolutely.
And do that.
And tune into Trend Radio every Saturday morning or whenever you'd like to laugh with us, because it's fun and it's good for your health.
That's right. Tune in. You'll be glad you did. And, speaking of the women who prefer a chubbier guy, now, most guys don't actually prefer dating like a conformist, submissive woman.
Really?
Yeah. There's, according to this new study published in Personality and Social Psychology, what we think men want isn't really what they really like.
Well, tell me what you think men want.
Alrighty. Well, I doubt that any man would, kick a Victoria's Secret model out of bed for eating crackers.
I think you would.
Well, I might.
You would. I remember the story where you had the pretty girl and she had crackers in the bed, and that turned you off.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, most of the Victoria's Secret models, although they are absolutely gorgeous, are too thin.
Yeah.
And I know that wouldn't be your thing.
No. It's
So
not my
yeah,
thing.
crackers and too thin, definitely not an option. So yeah, go on.
All right. So it appears that when it comes to looking for a non-fantasy relationship, because, I have my fantasies with Rachel Ray. And,
Yeah. Yeah, be careful. She might cook you one day.
That's right. Bitch could cook. They say that a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I always thought it was a little lower.
Yeah. But it's not.
I was wrong.
But anyway.
I was wrong.
All right. So what do you think men are into?
Well, these guys are into women who are, a little weird.
A little weird, a little wild. Definitely not somebody who's going to be your everyday average.
That's right. The guys, they don't want that pale skin, blonde, curvy.
What's wrong with pale skin and blonde and curvy?
Not a thing.
Yeah, men, you know what? What it really boils down to, again, is always the connection. It has nothing to do with anything else because no matter what, I mean, you can be blonde, you can be brunette and redhead, anything. And you know what? What's always great about that is that they come to us and we can take care of their beautiful blonde, brunette, or redhead hair. But aside from that, they can be anything. It's all a matter of the connection that you have with somebody. So you can be a little bit weird, a little bit not weird. They just don't want somebody who's not going to have any personality.
Oh, God, yeah.
That
a drip.
is, yeah. Who wants a drip?
Well,
A drip.
the average girl on, what is that dating website that you're always on?
I'm not on any dating website. I was doing some research for our show. Okay. I am not on a dating website, but there are plenty of them. There's Plenty of Fish. There's Match.com. There's JDate. There's so many of them out there.
Oh, my God. And you know them all.
I do because I was doing some research for
I'm teasing you. I'm teasing
for
you.
our show.
Thank you. Well, as I said, these girls with the bangs and the pale skin and the curvy figures, and most of them describe themselves as curvy, they don't get the most hits. The girls that get the most hits are the ones with the sexy hobbies, mostly related to astronomy. And they get like an average, these weird girls, I'm using that term loosely, get like 245 messages a week.
So let me ask you something. What do you mean with a hobby with astronomy?
The astronomy, the girls that are very, I'm going to say...
A little outside the box?
Outside the box. That's the word.
Okay.
That's
because
the word.
one of my things that I do all the time is, I'm all about the stars in the sky, and astronomy is one of my things. So that's why I was asking you.
1,000 stars in the sky.
He's singing now.
Make me realize. Okay, let's cut that.
Anyway.
I don't want to...
There's no way I'm cutting that.
Okay. Moving forward.
Okay. So in this study,
Okay.
after polling thousands of men and women who identify either as straight or bisexual, the study found that both genders preferred potential mates whose clothes, opinions, or life decisions went a little outside of the norm.
Like I just said. Oh, don't I just know
You are
it?
just so bright. So bright.
Oh, thanks.
I know. That's why
I know. That's why you keep me around.
I'm your co-host.
Because I'm bright?
Because you make me look and sound really good.
Aw, you're just too sweet.
Because you know what the CEO of this radio station said to me. He says, Anthony, you have the perfect face for radio. No, anyway.
That was a very nice compliment,
Yes,
David.
it was.
Yes, David. Thank you for the compliment for Anthony.
Well, getting back to the study, while the scientists weren't surprised, the women sure were. They had assumed that most men would want the woman who stuck closest to the cultural ideals of the way a woman should be.
And that is very stereotypical. See,
Yeah.
A lot of people would think that, but that's not the way it is. Because, how should a woman really be? She should be able to do whatever she wants to do, be whoever she wants to be, and enjoy whatever she'd
Submissive,
like.
good in the kitchen.
I don't think so. Now, as far as submissive goes, in her lifestyle, she should be able to cook if she wants to, not cook if she doesn't want to. Maybe she wants to order in. Maybe she wants her husband to cook, or her boyfriend to cook, or her girlfriend to cook. And as far as being submissive, she could be the dominant one. Maybe she's the one who's got the dominance.
If you could just see Elise now, she's shaking her head,
Or
holding out her hand.
maybe I am not. Or
are too.
maybe I am not. And maybe she wants to only be submissive in the bedroom. You don't know what's going on in her head. And that's the beauty of it. She thinks outside the box. She can be and do whatever she'd like to do. She is a woman. Hear her roar. Yep, that's who you're sitting next to.
So lead author on this study, Matthew Hornsey, he's a PhD and a social psychologist at the University of Queensland in Australia, said that independent-minded men reported more long-term relationship success and that women shouldn't be afraid to be themselves.
That is correct. Nobody should be afraid to be themselves, though.
That's right. I'm always myself.
And that's fantastic, and so am I. And the thing is that if somebody doesn't accept you for being who you are, they're not worthy of you. Always be yourself. You're your happiest when you're yourself.
I'm always intrigued by girls' night out and how many women feel as though they can be more themselves without the men around.
Well, I don't know that is what the case is. I don't think that girls' night out means you can just go and be yourself. Girls' night out is just hanging out with your ladies. It's not because you want to be yourself, quote unquote. It's because you want to hang out with your girlfriends. It's because you want to talk about fun things that guys might not really feel to be important. It's because you want to go have a drink and just, talk and hang and eat something fun without feeling like you're being judged. Sometimes you're out with your boyfriend or your husband and you're eating something and they kind of look at you like, you said you wanted to lose a couple of pounds, so why are you eating that pizza? Girls don't do that. Girls don't make you feel judged. Sometimes you feel a little judged when you're with your guy, or your better half, or whatever you want to call the other half of your relationship. So that's what girls' night out is about. Just lounging out, relaxing, and enjoying your friendship.
That's right. The women say they're more relaxed, they're more crass, they're more honest, they're more funny.
And I'll tell you, that's like what we do. We have a little bit of girls' night out once a month with Dina, with our financial, beautiful, intelligent, fabulous Dina Cobran, DC Alexander, everybody. But we do this once a month meeting, and it's a group of us, all girls. And, we have a little something to eat. We drink a glass of wine, and we talk about important things. Aside from money and whatnot, we talk about what's going on in our lives and just, that kind of thing. And it's turned into quite a nice group of ladies just getting together once a month and having a good time. So there's nothing wrong. That's like a girls' night out.
Okay. And that
Do you understand this?
Yes.
And this is the reason why you're not invited.
Okay, with all the relax, all the crass, all the honest, all the funny, I keep thinking, girls, why are you keeping all this good stuff to yourself? Men would love that.
Well,
I
now
should
I'm
be
going to tell you
invited.
something. You're not coming. But besides that, you can't. You're not going to be invited. But I understand what you're saying. And the cool thing is like with us, I'm exactly the way I am with those girls as I am with you. So you understand, I don't keep any of my honesty or crass or crazy or wild, silly, whatever, bottled up. And I show it to you all the time. I show it to everybody, but that's just who I am. Some women can't do that. Some women aren't confident enough to really totally let loose and be themselves. So that's where we say, ladies, it's okay to be you. Be the beautiful you that you are, because it's okay. And if your guy or girl or whoever it is that you're with doesn't accept you for that, they don't deserve you.
Very well said. But I must tell you, my lady wouldn't have a girls' night out.
Shame on you.
No. That is the recipe for disaster. Now,
What, you think sitting there in the clubhouse in Robbinsville is going to create a problem?
I'm okay with that.
Hello?
It's ladies' night out at the bar.
Okay, see, I don't do that.
No, you don't. And
I don't do that. And
so Brian feels the same way I do. He doesn't allow you.
no, that's not what it is. It's not that I'm not allowed. I am
listen,
absolutely.
I have been
My gosh.
a guy for 40 years now. And I
And
used
what
to
were you before that? What were you before the 40 years?
just a child.
Okay.
And I was one of those guys that hung out looking for ladies' night out.
Okay.
And let me
explain
tell you,
something.
it's a recipe for disaster.
Are you insecure?
No.
Are you concerned?
Absolutely
Why
not.
are you not allowing a girls' night out? Let me just tell you something, okay? It depends on, there are many different kinds of girls' nights out. You heard about the one that I'm going to.
I'm okay with that
once
one.
a month. I'm glad. Not that I would care if you were or weren't, but that's besides the point. Here's the thing. If I wanted to do a ladies' night out in a club or in New York or in Vegas, I would. That's not my thing. That's not what I do. I don't do that type of ladies' night out. But ladies, if that's what you want to do, don't let anybody say that you're not allowed to do it. Just be careful when you do it. He is just biting his lip. He is just sitting here shaking his head, biting his lip because, ooh, and breathing heavily. You hear this? He is not looking happy right now. Oh.
So, ladies, instead of wondering what men are looking for and trying to fit that mold, you now have permission from Anthony Vincent and Elise, and, oh yes, science, to be yourself and let your freak flag fly.
Boom.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
If you're joining us just now, your favorite salon is now your favorite radio show.
Because we make you healthier, wealthier, and sexier every time you listen.
Got to tune into us. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise, and we are Trend Radio. You were about to say that with me.
I
and
didn't
you
want
just...
to interrupt you.
Oh, really? Since when?
Hey, did you know that for a woman attempting to reach climax, it'll take her about 4 minutes through masturbation?
I have heard that, yes.
However, it can take 20 minutes or longer to reach climax during intercourse.
That is correct. Yeah. Do you know the reason why?
Tell me.
Well, I'm going to tell you. A woman who is masturbating, it's already there. She's already got it in her head. She's already, and you know everything starts there.
In your head. It's between
in
your
your
ears.
head. Exactly.
Yeah, the greatest sex is between your ears.
Exactly.
Not your legs.
So she's already there. And that's why she's already got the stimulation going. She's just going for the kill. Okay? Going in for the kill. And then, she's with her partner and it's going to, take a few more minutes. That's why. She's already there when she's about to masturbate. That's why.
That's right. Now, you've heard of clitoral atrophy, haven't you?
You mentioned it earlier, and no, I've never. And I'm
I know
scared.
that. I was just...
It's a scary, scary, scary.
That's right. When it comes to your... How is it pronounced? Is it clitoris or clitoris?
It's clitoris, like Dolores. Remember? People do say clitoris also, but I don't think it's right, because who would say Dolores or whatever? I don't know how. No, it's clitoris, like Dolores. You know this.
You named your clitoris Dolores? Is that?
Come on. You know the whole Seinfeld episode, the whole Dolores episode?
Yeah, yes.
And then every poor girl named Dolores afterwards was being called clitoris. You remember this?
I do remember that.
Okay.
Well...
And no, I did not name my clitoris. But go on.
I named my junk.
We do not need to know this. TMI. That is what that means. TMI.
All righty. Well, clitoral atrophy is a real thing.
So what is that? Because it sounds scary and serious.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is. And, we do a lot of research.
Sure.
For the show.
Of course. We always do, which is fantastic.
And here I was at night minding my own business, surfing the internet and looking for interesting ideas for our show.
Okay.
When suddenly, all of a sudden, I came across these two words, clitoral atrophy.
All right. Now, what is this? Because it scares me.
Okay. It's a condition that apparently describes what happens to your thing if it's...
Thing or clitoris?
Clitoris.
Okay. You're saying it before, so you could say it now. Don't call it a thing.
Well,
oh, my God.
This describes what happens to your clitoris if it doesn't get enough attention.
I don't understand. What happens to it?
Okay. All right. If the clitoris goes unused, it will retreat into the body and the hood will fuse closed.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This is written down in a study?
This is a study. It's known as clitoral atrophy.
Does it really? Has it really? Oh my God. Do they have examples of women that this has happened to?
No, they don't speak directly. It's just a general thing.
Are you kidding?
It's just like every other tissue in the body. The clitoris.
Well, wait. So let me just ask you this then. Okay, so that means if a guy doesn't have sex, Mr. Ding Dong is just gonna fall off or turn into atrophy. What is this?
Well,
I'm freaking out.
I can talk about that. Yes, if a guy doesn't use it, he will lose it. The more he uses it, the more he wants. The less he uses it, the less he wants. That's a true thing, but that's a whole nother study.
Yes, that is another study.
Let's talk
I'm talking about...
Let's talk about our clitoris.
Ours?
You okay?
Is there a collective Trend Radio clitoris right now?
Yes.
I can't stop.
I just got looped into this.
I can't even stop laughing from this one. That is the best statement ever. Okay.
I'm trying to be very serious.
You're just looking out for the health of our clitoris. I like it. You're so mindful.
He's amazing, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's be serious. Let's try to be serious.
Okay, children. Just like every other tissue in the body, the clitoris requires blood flow to stay happy and healthy.
Okay. All right. So, women who are not having enough clitoral therapy, you're going to be in trouble. Ladies, if you don't have a partner, it's okay. And you don't have, I don't know, the mindset of a vibrator or whatever it is that you need or want or whatever. If you don't have something going on in your life, it's okay. Masturbate. Basically, that's what Anthony is telling you.
Or you can call me.
You know what? Call Mike. You'll be glad you did. That works.
You guys are so silly.
No, I'm being serious. The reality is that if you don't use it, you're going to lose it kind of thing. It's kind of freaky.
Well,
Yeah, I'm just looking out for your listeners.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that.
well, according to Shelley Persad, founder of the Orgasmical Medicine, and she's an orgasmatologist.
An orgasmatologist? Are you kidding me?
Which is apparently a thing. That's
An
a thing.
orgasmatologist?
An orgasmatologist. And she's
People will do anything. Oh my gosh. An orgasmatologist. I never heard of this.
Yes, she practices orgasmical medicine.
Orgasmical medicine.
That's right. So,
Is this from Hogwarts, from Harry Potter?
no,
Because I never heard of this.
no. This is orgasmical medicine.
Orgasmatologist.
So, that's
look,
right. And
look.
she
In all
says-
seriousness, I know that this is a very serious thing. And that's for somebody who seriously may be a very introverted person. Because somebody who, think about this for just a minute. Everybody touches themselves somehow, some way, sometime. And even if you're not in a relationship and you're not having sex, there's something it's natural to have some kind of sexual something going on in your life.
Not if you're a Jewish wife.
Thank God you're not. But anyway, ooh, that was terrible.
I was speaking of my own ex.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm a Jewish wife and I am not going to have atrophy. But
TMI.
well, yeah. You were the TMI before.
That was a joke,
I'm kidding.
you know. What's a Jewish girl moan when she's having sex with her husband?
Beige. I think I'd like to paint the ceiling beige.
That's correct.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely
Yeah.
right.
I know your jokes.
So seriously, so your clitoris can apparently dry up and wither away from lack of use.
Like a flower.
That's right. And it really sounds so extreme, but
That is pretty extreme if you think about it, Anthony.
Yeah, but I understand we've all gone through a few dry spells. So I called our very own Dr. Love.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did. He's a specialist in women's sexual health.
He's a specialist in everything.
Yes, and guess what?
What?
He said there is truth to this.
Really?
That's right. He said, just like any other orgasm, if it is not stimulated, the clitoris can lose function. You know how he talks like that?
I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it
How long a period of time would that take?
well, that would take a long time.
I'm thinking it would take a very long
Yeah, that would
time.
take a long time, and it's very extreme, but it really does exist. And clitoral function, it is a product of two things. It's age and practice. Younger women are fine with extended periods of no sexual contact. And that's good when you're young with plenty of hormones going through your body. You can wait it out. But it's those hormones that are the key to a happy, vibrant, pink clitoris.
I have to just say, he says this so seriously, and I'm just kind of looking at him like, oh my God, I cannot believe we're having this conversation. And you know what? I will say it's backed up by a study. So, yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
And, you know, when it comes to the time when you hit perimenopause, that's the stage just before menopause, your estrogen levels start to drop. And, you know, things down there dry up kind of quickly.
Unless you're me and you have an abundance of estrogen, not everybody drops.
You're talking about the vernacular you.
I'm just saying not everybody drops. It depends. It depends on the makeup of the body.
Well, this here is, you know, I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but low estrogen, it causes a vicious cycle of low libido, which leads to less sex, which then hurts the clitoris, which makes the sex less pleasurable, and so on.
Yes. What he said.
So, the antidote, you know our answer to this. It's sex, and lots of it. You know, you got nothing?
I'm just, yeah, have sex.
Okay.
But careful sex.
Of course.
Careful sex. And again, if you don't have a partner, you know, I mean, don't go out looking for one just because Anthony says your clitoris is going to dry up.
No, they're going to call Mike.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I
Yeah,
remember.
I'm trustworthy.
Children. You know, seriously, being sexually active trains your body so that your clitoris responds in a healthy way, no matter what your age is.
That is the truth.
You know, 90-year-olds who are doing it twice a week are probably just fine down there. But women who aren't getting enough pleasure on a regular basis can see that delicate tissue shrink, thin out, and dry up.
Basically, you know how they say that your skin will sag if you don't use the proper hydration, the proper manipulation, the proper cleanliness, cleansing products, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Your skin will sag. Your face will sag if you're not doing the right thing. I guess it means that for everywhere.
That's right. The worst case scenario, it would be that your clitoral hood will actually fuse shut.
I can't even believe that. That's crazy.
You don't hear this stuff.
No, never. You don't hear this anywhere. I've never heard this before.
So, Elise, if you're having a problem down there, it's always good to get it checked out by a doctor, no matter what you think the cause might be. And,
true.
Yeah. And rare diseases aside, this issue is really something that can you can take into your own hands, as you said.
Yes, basically, you can take it into your own hands. But if you do want the name of any good doctors, please email us at trendradio920@gmail.com. I'll be happy to give you whatever information you need. That's right. And if you email us now, I'll give you a $50 gift certificate to Anthony Vincent Salon for whatever service you'd like to have.
Mike, there she goes, giving stuff away again.
Oh, yeah.
Does she clear this with you?
No.
She certainly doesn't clear it with me. But anyway,
I didn't think I had to.
No, what you need to do is realize that part of taking good care of your health is your sexuality.
Absolutely.
And if women can understand the sexual process, it could be very, very empowering for them. When it comes to your pleasure center, use it or maybe lose it.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So, you heard it here first. Trend Radio. You just don't get this kind of information anywhere. Always keep your dial glued on 920 The Voice.
You'll be glad you did.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got dry and brittle? Squeeze a little protein pomade into that parched mane. Say hello to beautiful.
Want your beauty question answered on the air? Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did. You know, guys, it's really difficult understanding women, and
Is it really?
it is for guys.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
Not for all guys.
No, but
I have news for you. Sometimes it's difficult understanding guys for women.
well, we're men.
As simple as
women
you
are
think
from
you are,
Venus, men are from Mars.
as simple as you think you are, it's not. It's not so simple sometimes.
Okay. Well, if a woman says something like, if a woman says something that isn't making sense to you, don't just sit there in silence like I always do. Say, you lost me. Can you explain what you're thinking? Or, I see that you're upset, Elise, but I don't understand which part is most upsetting.
You actually have done that.
Yes, I
You
have.
actually have done that. That's funny. That's funny that you're saying that.
Elise, do you want me
Will you
to,
stop?
do you want me to help fix it, or would
Oh
you
my
prefer
God.
that I just listen to
Are
you?
we talking about the vernacular, Elise?
Of course.
I hope so.
Yeah. Yes. So we got an email, and I don't even know if we want to talk about this, but we're going to.
Okay.
This.
Do you want me to read it or do you want to read it?
No.
You're gonna do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, look, he's just a hog today.
Yeah.
You're just all hoggy. That's because he wants me to answer it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. So.
Oh, you're going to read it and answer it. Really?
Okay. You can answer.
He's so hoggy. He's setting me up for something.
Alrighty. Anthony, my gal goes down on me, and I don't know what to do. Am I always expected to return the favor?
He wrote the email to you?
To us.
I love it. Anthony. Okay. So, what's your opinion? What do you think?
Well, I say, if you're not that into oral, don't expect her to give it either. Find other ways to satisfy her.
Okay, and I say that it depends on the circumstance. It depends on where you are. Because I have to tell you quite honestly, yeah, if she's going to do it, you're going to do it too. Absolutely. You should want to do it. You should want to be there for her. You should want to make sure she's happy. However, there's a time and a place because it doesn't always work out. For the guy, let's face it, it's a lot easier to give oral to a guy somewhere, anywhere, than it is to give oral to a girl. A lady needs a little bit more privacy. Just for the sheer understanding of the circumstance, you need a little more privacy.
That means turn the lights out, guys.
Well, that means you can't be, say, in a car. You can't be, in a public place. With
Some people pay extra for that.
With a guy, you can kind of be, behind a dumpster if you want. You can be anywhere.
Cornfield.
Yeah, on a bed of apples even. Behind a tree. You can be kind of all over the place.
Well, guys, once she's moaning and moving around, she probably won't care if it's your tongue, your fingertips, your hand, or even your big toe. I got a weird sex fact for you. In order to know how much testosterone a man has, compare the length of his ring finger to his index finger. The longer the ring finger is in comparison to the index finger, the more testosterone in his body.
Really? Is that something that works always?
It's just a general rule of thumb. If, you're a gal and you're with a guy and you want to see or you're curious how virile he is, just check the ring finger and the index finger.
Okay, I'll remember that next time I'm curious.
The longer the
About somebody's testosterone.
Okay. So, we've been talking a lot about sex, and there's and not enough about hair.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a new Brazilian hair treatment that that actually you give the treatment with fire, real fire.
Really?
Yeah, and it's this is actually a recreation of something that was done in the 60s. And in the 60s, it was called Sinji.
Oh, they would singe the hair?
Yeah, and so there's nothing new.
I
under the
remember they
sun.
used to iron the hair.
That's right. Yeah, that would straighten it out.
Yeah.
But now we have flat irons, which
Sure.
is the same thing as ironing your hair.
Well, not really, because
easier.
they used to actually put their head down on an ironing board and iron their hair, and really, I mean, some of them would really burn themselves.
Well, of course, it's very
Hot.
and odd and.
Yeah, but they did it. But yeah.
Well, this new, and I use the word new loosely because, as I said, it was originally came out in the 60s. This new Brazilian beauty treatment for those desiring healthier, shinier hair just is taken off in Brazil, and it's called candle therapy, which involves a stylist passing a lit candle through the hair strands. So if you search the tag Velaterapia laces on Instagram, you'll see Brazilian women talking on the phone and sitting very quietly as they receive this hot new treatment. And now I know that hair burning looks weird, but models, bloggers, and socialites love the treatment and try to do it every 4 months. And it really does make your hair look much better and healthier.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. And as I said, nothing is new under the sun. This treatment was called Sinji right back in the 60s. And I wasn't there, but I read about it. And the process starts with a lit candle, which is used to cauterize the hair in order to prevent future breakage and split ends. It doesn't hurt, and it's really quick. What you do is and don't try this at home. What they do is they twist each section of hair, and the flame goes very quickly through it. This is the first step of the strengthening treatment. So basically, you heal the hair and prevent further damage and remove the split ends. The result is fuller, stronger hair.
Sounds beautiful.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got lips? Want that perfect pout? Find the hue that's right for you. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Shape, stain, and shimmer. Same shade. Say hello to beautiful.
Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did. Oh boy, do I need a drink. We got anything behind the counter over there?
If there was, I'd probably have it already.
Okay. You know, what?
I just nothing.
You make me want to drink.
Ooh.
And you see,
I don't know if that's a compliment.
well, in some offices, you'll find a little bottle of something behind the desk there. So
We have a little something in the salon
that's true. Yes, we do
for the crazy clientele.
Yeah.
Or the need to handle the crazy clientele.
Well,
we have a fantastic clientele. Don't misunderstand. What?
See, I'm not even talking about that.
Well, then what are you talking about?
I'm talking about to stay productive,
Oh.
not to have to deal with
Well, sometimes we have some
people that
things
give
to
you a
deal
hard
with.
time.
Are you kidding?
We're in the public industry,
Sometimes
and
we
not
have a situation.
So
Okay,
getting
so
back to being productive and not,
so you need to drink to be productive?
well, I didn't say drink, but sip a cocktail
To be productive.
to be productive. But don't skip your sleep.
Yeah, well, sleeping is crucial to your being.
That's
we
right.
always talk about that. You need your Z's.
That's right. And, don't feel guilty about heading to happy hour, tonight or
I don't
every
feel
night.
guilty about anything.
Well,
Should I?
I don't know. You head over to happy hour every night. I don't know.
You know what?
And it's
I
really
do not
a,
go to happy hour.
that's right. It's happy 3 hour for you.
Let me just tell you something. I am the happy hour. Okay? I don't go to happy hour. People come to me because I'm the happy hour.
That's right. Well, according to Elise, just get at least 7 hours of sleep before going back to the office tomorrow.
If you can.
And your job performance won't suffer.
Although I only get 4. But I don't say nothing suffers with me.
Well, boozing it up at happy hour, like 3 to 4 drinks max for men and 2 to 3 for women on a work night has very little effect on productivity the next day,
Oh, really?
That's right.
Yeah, if I had 3 drinks the night before work, I think that I wouldn't get up for work.
You wouldn't. Well, it wouldn't be that. It would be sleeping only 6 or less hours for like you. That really cuts your productivity.
Yes.
And this is according to a very surprising result of the RAND Europe report on 20,000 workers across the UK.
Wow. Interesting.
So, Elise, it is okay to booze it up like you normally do after at happy hours. But just remember, when you get home, get your 6 or 7 hours
I can't
sleep.
even believe this. He's lying. He's lying.
Look in her bag. There's always something to drink. You see this here? This fruit punch? Mm-hmm. It is not fruit punch. This is Red Death.
I have to tell
This
you
is
something.
Red
That's
Death.
his.
Listen.
That's his Red Death.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and she's
Oh my
a
God.
third through the bottle.
I am drinking coffee.
Yeah, right.
I am. Mike, I toast you that.
No, I mean,
You see me drinking coffee.
I see
It's
it.
from Wawa today.
I mean, I sometimes put a little something extra in sometimes, but who knows? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What? What else are you going to say about me?
Nothing. Last week I think it was we talked about, and we got a lot of feedback from this very quickly. It was about when the person you love doesn't love you back.
Yeah, that's rough.
So what should they do, Elise?
Well, the thing is that they have to realize that it's really probably not about them. And when somebody doesn't love you, it's because they're having issues with themselves and they can't get past whatever it is that they're dealing with. That could just very well be loving themselves.
Okay.
And so if somebody doesn't show you what you're showing them, it's, there are reasons. First of all, first reason is they may not value you.
That's right.
Another reason is they just don't value themselves. They could be getting over something or someone. You don't really necessarily know what's going on in somebody's life. But the most important thing that you can really actually remember is that when somebody is not reciprocal, then they don't deserve you. And you have to make a decision on what you're willing to put up with.
That's right. It's hard and it hurts.
Yeah, but why would you want to put yourself in a situation
you gotta
that
let it go.
you're not being taken care of the same way you're taking care of somebody? Mm-hmm. And that's hard.
So really then you really got to stop talking to them. You got to stop trying to convince them to take you back.
There is no
You got to
way-
stop waiting around for them.
There is no way you can change somebody.
That's right.
There is no way you can change somebody. Don't even try. It's not worth it. You either love the person and accept the person for who they are or just don't.
That's right.
And the reality is that if that person isn't doing for you what you're doing for them, and I mean loving you, if that person is not loving you the way you're loving them, as hard as it is, stop loving them. Mm-hmm. Turn around and walk away.
That's right. Your bottom line is you don't want somebody who doesn't want you.
That is the truth. That is absolutely the truth, because that's where the pain is.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be striving for something that you're never going to get.
That's right. Life is hard enough, and love does soften
and the
it.
best thing you can do is take your power back. Take it back. Put it inside yourself. Put your power in you. Don't give your power to somebody else. They don't deserve it.
That's right. And until that love comes from a partner who values you and sees how wonderful you are, and I do think you're wonderful, get that love from your family, friends, and yourself.
I was going to say the most important person that can love you is you.
I just said that.
I know. That's what I was going to say. You took the words out of my mouth.
That's what I always do.
Yeah.
You pull them out of my head.
Well, you know what? I'm allowed.
So get on with your life and become the person that you should and always wanted to be.
Just be you.
That's right. Get ready for true love, for real love, for lasting love. And get ready for a relationship with yourself. Then
you'll be ready for somebody else.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That person who will come into your life once you learn the value of you, and you start valuing you by rejecting the rejection and the rejector.
Wow. Now that was a mouthful.
Boy, I'm good at this.
It's a good line.
Are you guys listening?
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, I have personal experience with this too. I mean, I think a lot of people do, but
we all do.
Yeah, I got out of a 3.5-year relationship. It actually happened about almost 2 years ago now, but she broke up with me, and it was like we did have a really good, we had a really good relationship, and the love was there, but then at one point something changed, and kind of like, I guess she didn't love me back really, and then she decided to end it because she was going through a rough time, and I kind of could see it, but I was kind of willing to stay there and be supportive and just hope everything worked out, and then I guess she decided maybe cutting me out would make things better. We haven't really talked at all since, which I think is a good thing. Because I've kind of
better for you.
Yeah, I've changed my lifestyle completely, and now now I'm doing me. That's what I'm doing.
Good for you.
That's who you should do.
You want someone that's going to share your life's sorrows as well as your joys. You were willing to do that. She wasn't.
Exactly. Yeah, like she wanted to deal with her sorrows her own way and didn't think I could help. So
you know what? Then you're better off.
Yeah. Yep. And it was a rough going after a little bit, but you got to now accept it, and that's what I'm doing. I'm having my own fun now, and not maybe ready for a committed relationship, but I'm ready to have some fun and just be with people and enjoy a good time.
So you hear that, everybody? Give Mike a call. You'll be glad you did.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. You want more? Go right to our website, 920thevoice.com, click on demand, and scroll down directly to us.
And if you have a topic of interest that you want us to discuss, or you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
And remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.